Europe's most lavished wedding. Princess Léonor of Spain's royal day in Denmark. It was the wedding the world couldn't stop talking about, the union that brought together two royal houses, two nations, and two young hearts raised under the watchful eyes of Europe's monarchies. When Princess Léonor of Spain, the radiant heir to the Spanish throne, walked down the aisle to marry Prince Christian of Denmark, the moment was more than a love story, it was history unfolding in glittering grandeur. From Madrid to Copenhagen, millions tuned in, their screens glowing with the shimmer of jewels, the rustle of silks, and the whispers of destiny. This wasn't just a royal wedding, it was Europe's most lavished celebration of modern monarchy, a perfect blend of tradition, love, and diplomacy. A love story written across borders. Long before the cathedral bells rang, Léonor and Christian had already captivated Europe's imagination. Born into royal duty but driven by personal conviction, the young couple's story began quietly, two heirs meeting at international royal gatherings, their friendship deepening with time. Rumors of their connection had swirled for years. They were seen exchanging knowing smiles at events, their easy comfort hinting at something deeper. When Queen Letizia and Crown Princess Mary were seen in quiet conversation during state visits, speculation soared, could a royal alliance between Spain and Denmark be on the horizon? By the time their engagement was announced, the world was ready. It's not only a union of two people, said one European commentator, but a symbol of a new era for European royalty, modern, connected, and deeply human. The setting: a royal fairy tale in Denmark. The wedding took place at Frederiksberg Palace, the grand Renaissance castle surrounded by serene lakes and gardens. Draped in white blooms and golden light, the palace looked like it had leapt straight from a fairy tale. Denmark declared a national celebration. Streets were lined with flags of both nations, the red and white of Denmark fluttering beside the deep crimson and gold of Spain. Thousands of well-wishers filled Copenhagen, many camping overnight just to catch a glimpse of the royal couple. The ceremony, attended by the world's most distinguished royals and dignitaries, was described as the most elegant event since William and Kate's wedding. The dress that stopped the world. When the doors of the palace chapel opened, a hush swept through the crowd. Princess Léonor stepped into view, wearing a gown that instantly entered fashion history. Designed by Spanish couturier Lorenzo Caprile, the dress was a breathtaking masterpiece, hand-embroidered with silver thread, featuring a sweeping train that shimmered like sunlight on water. Her veil, over 4 meters long, was crafted from Valencian lace passed down from Queen Victoria Eugenie, blending Spanish tradition with modern artistry. And then there was the tiara, the Cartier diamond loop tiara, once worn by Queen Sofia, now gleaming atop Léonor's elegant chignon. Fashion houses across Europe praised the look as timeless and diplomatic, a tribute to Spain's royal heritage and the future queen's graceful individuality. The ceremony, a symphony of royal tradition. As Léonor walked down the aisle, escorted by her father, King Felipe VI, the moment struck a chord across Europe. The future of two royal dynasties was unfolding under the gaze of history. The service blended Spanish and Danish traditions. Readings were given in both languages, and choirs from both nations performed harmoniously. Even the floral arrangements symbolized unity, Spanish olive branches intertwined with Danish white roses. Prince Christian, dressed in his ceremonial uniform adorned with family medals, looked every inch the royal groom. His steady gaze met Léonor's as she approached, and in that instant, the centuries of royal formality melted into something tender and deeply human. When they exchanged vows, in clear, confident voices, it wasn't just a promise between two people. It was a bridge between two nations, and a reminder that royalty can still inspire love, dignity, and hope in the modern world. A guest list of glittering nobility. The wedding was a who's who of international royalty. King Charles III and Queen Camilla arrived representing the British crown, alongside Princess Anne and the Prince and Princess of Wales. The Scandinavian royals were out in full force, from Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden to Crown Prince Haakon of Norway, each bringing warmth and admiration for the young couple. From Monaco's glamorous royals to the Dutch and Belgian monarchs, the event was a breathtaking showcase of European unity and aristocratic splendor. The seating plan alone was said to have taken months to perfect, balancing tradition, diplomacy, and delicate royal hierarchies. The reception, a night to remember. After the vows came a celebration that redefined royal luxury. The palace ballroom glittered with thousands of candles, chandeliers reflecting in golden mirrors, and an orchestra that played everything from classical waltzes to modern favorites personally chosen by the couple. Dinner featured a fusion of Spanish and Danish cuisine, from Iberian delicacies to Scandinavian seafood, paired with wines from Spain's royal vineyards. Guests dined under vaulted ceilings painted with royal emblems, while laughter and toasts filled the air. At midnight, the newlyweds took to the dance floor for their first dance, a graceful waltz that drew a standing ovation. As they twirled, fireworks erupted above the palace, illuminating the Danish night sky in red and gold. The symbolism: a new Europe in love. For many, Léonor and Christian's marriage represents more than romance, it symbolizes a new generation of European monarchy. Both were raised in modern times, educated with the people in mind, and dedicated to service over privilege. Royal watchers noted how the event balanced centuries-old tradition with modern sensibility. Gender equality, youth empowerment, and cultural unity were subtly woven throughout the day. Princess Léonor, who has trained at Spain's military academy and delivered inspiring speeches about civic duty, now steps into her next chapter not just as a royal bride but as a future queen who embodies leadership, compassion, and global connection. Prince Christian, equally admired for his calm charisma and genuine humility, mirrors those values, making them a couple that symbolizes the future of royalty, grounded, global, and gracefully modern. The world's reaction: social media exploded within minutes of the ceremony. Hashtags like Léonor Christian wedding, Royal Day in Denmark, and Europe Unites trended across platforms. Millions shared clips of Léonor's entrance, Christian's loving gaze, and the royal family's joyful applause. Fashion critics, royal historians, and fans alike agreed, this was the royal event of the decade. It wasn't just about pomp, wrote one columnist. It was about heart. For the first time in a long time, a royal wedding felt personal, real love wrapped in royal tradition. A fairy tale for the ages. As the festivities concluded and the couple departed for their honeymoon, reportedly to a secluded royal estate in Majorca, Europe felt united in a rare kind of joy. Princess Léonor of Spain and Prince Christian of Denmark had done more than host a lavish royal wedding. They had reignited the continent's belief in love, duty, and destiny. Their marriage marks the dawn of a new royal era, where crowns are not just symbols of power, but of partnership, where tradition embraces modernity, and where two young royals remind the world that fairy tales still exist, especially when love writes the story.